Ladies and gentlemen, it's the holidays. And you know what that means? More Mega Man. This time it'll be Mega Man 04 to finally end the Mega Man Zero series. So, to start things off, we're going to be going through this game without casual mode, unlike with Mega Man 03. I just wanted to get a move on and try to get as many EX maneuvers as humanly possible. Well, I'll be able to get them all this time around because in this game, rankings don't matter. However, a different mechanic does. And I'll bring that up a little bit later. But right now, as you see on the screen, CL is only telling a abridged version of the events that has happened thus far. So, for those of you who have not seen my Mega Man 01, 02, and 03 playthroughs, go back, watch those, although some of them may be in not the best quality and I constantly fail a lot. More importantly, there are, and also I may do some bad voice acting, terrible voice acting. More importantly, the plot is simple. CL thought it was a good idea to replicate X and make him the leader of Neo Arcadia, not knowing that all of the terrible ordeals that happened that led to X's megalomania was all Weil's fault. And on top of that, Weil ended up letting out El Paizo, who, well, the Reploid that would eventually become El Paizo, who, by the way, went on a complete and utter revenge quest to try to take down Neo Arcadia. He got the Dark Elf, and he basically screwed everything over. Weil ended up scooping up the Dark Elf, and also reviving and eventually killing Copy X and blaming us all. And now, as you can see, everyone's leaving Neo Arcadia because Weil turned the place into a goddamn shithole. So yes, here we are. That's the abridged version of Mega Man Zero's 1 through 3. And humans from Neo Arcadia is running as fast as they can. And unfortunately, they're not fast enough because take a notice of the guards. Instead of the guards looking like X, these Weil Pantheons actually look like, well, Weil from Mega Man 1. Oh, X1, sorry. My bad. But it doesn't matter. Zero's here. And Zero has come to kick some ass. I will want to bring up something very important, though. This game is plot heavy. This game also has 3, count them, 3 intro stages. That's what the first 3 parts of this playthrough is going to be. Literally intro stages. So, I don't know what to tell you guys. That's how the game is made. It's not a bad game. Not at all. It's still replayable and it's fun. However, here's the thing. It can get brutally difficult later on if you don't know what to do. And more importantly, Pass Me, instead of going to custom, Pass Me should have went to attack mode and put it to type C. But nope, Pass Me didn't think about it. Oh, and all those lovely elves that I used to be able to consume and eat because I was a monster. Oh no, that's been thrown away. See, in this game, there's only one elf. And unfortunately, we won't be getting that or even learning more about that until, well, part 2. And Pass Me didn't think to go to attack mode and change to type C. You will see in a moment that that will end up hurting me in the long run, because another thing about this game I need to mention, your shield rod, your recoil rod, all that's gone. Chain rod, gone. Guess what you end up getting? The Zero Fist, or I think the Zero Knuckle, yes. Where you will literally yoink enemies' parts and use them as you see fit. Whether you discard them or you basically use them to attack, and they have a certain amount of ammo to them. It doesn't matter. And by the way, I just slipped off the truck and ended up damaging myself. But there's also parts that you need to collect, and I just went there and picked up a 1-up. Hilarious. Very hilarious. There are also parts that you need to collect. And this stage, by the way, is a one and done deal. There's some enemies you're going to miss. And unfortunately for you, and by the way, past me forgot to use the save trick, and I died like a dunce instead of shooting, because I forgot to fix the controller to actual C. Here's the thing. You're practically going to have to cut every enemy until you get some parts. But don't worry, there are going to be some parts that aren't going to be obtainable, and then there's some parts that are literally missable until the end of the game. But don't worry, just because it's an intro stage doesn't mean that it's not going to be it's going to be the end of the world if you miss a couple of parts. You'll be fine. However, I won't be fine if I keep getting killed like this. I mean, yeah, it is embarrassing that I literally died in the intro stage, even though I have played this game countless times. And past me literally had a brain fart and not changed the attack. And oh, look, the controller! You know, it's just not a Mega Man Zero playthrough without my controller going on the fritz in the middle of it. It's not dead. It's more along the lines of my controller was actually had to reset for a little bit because of the fact that it got caught on something and I was trying to get comfortable. So sorry about that. Oh look, it's Kefka's submarine. Yeah, it's heading straight for Fabul. So we better deal with that. For those of you who don't know the reference, it's Final Fantasy VI. Anyway. Oh no, I can't double jump. Oops. But that module that was trying to drop stuff on me, well, here's the thing. That also houses a chip too. So kill it and try to get a chip. But more importantly, we're at the boss. I mean, the stage is actually shorter than, well, the part itself. So why is it 17 minutes? Because it's mostly plot. And also me trying to fix up my controller. It didn't take me long to fix up my controller, but it's mostly the plot. The plot, it's really, really long. Just thought I'd point that out. Oh, and by the way, there's an enemy here that gives a chip, Beamwalker, that is kind of a one-and-done thing also. Well, not really a one-and-done thing. It's more along the lines of they'll appear later on. But this particular enemy, well, that doesn't have a chip, but it's okay. We beat it. It's done. And, due to the fact that I took way too much damage, I got an A rank instead of an S rank. If I didn't took any damage, I would have gotten an S rank. Serious to God. But ranks don't matter in this game. Anyway, if there's one thing you notice about the Zero series, well, this entry in the Zero series, you're gonna find out that, wow, everyone here is trying their best to leave from the clutches of Weil. Everyone, and I repeat, everyone hates our guts. I kid you not. Thanks to CopyX giving Weil the keys to the kingdom, and Weil blowing up CopyX like the dumbass that CopyX is, we're all now the most despised group in the entirety of the world. And we were trying to save their asses. I think, if I'm not mistaken, it was CopyX that gave the order to send Omega to trash an entire town. We had nothing to do with that, by the way, but everybody hates our guts, so oh well. And By the way, this human right here plays an important role. And that important role is damsel in distress. Anyway, the person in question is Nage. Nage is basically going to be the only person to try to convince people to at least listen to what you have to say, but to be honest with you, at first she too was skeptical of actually trusting Reploids, considering Weil sicked them on everybody just now. So that's the breaks. We're all pretty much hated by everyone. Oh, and by the way, where is everybody headed? There is an actual colony near Area 0. Oh, and by the way, there's a close-up shot of Nage. I actually like the sprite work in the drawing. I really do. But don't get it twisted. Nage's distrust in robots is because of a certain someone that's going to be appearing in Part 2. No spoilers. Well, who am I kidding? This whole game's a walking spoiler, to be honest with you. But like I said, her distrust in Reploids actually came from that one specific person next part. And also from the lies that was spread by Dr. Weil. So yeah, thanks to the fact of Dr. Weil framing us for the murder of Copy X, we're public enemy number 1. So where exactly is everybody headed? Area 0. Area 0 may sound familiar to a lot of people. That's actually the crash site of the Eurasia colony. And that is where everyone's headed. And vegetation and life started to grow back in the Eurasia colony. Which is odd considering the fact that 01 was supposed to take place after X6, where the Maverick virus literally infested the entire town, the entire area, and nightmares were going everywhere and stuff like that, but I guess it's all based off of X5. However, Zero said something completely stupid. Well, not really completely stupid, but something offensive. He basically told Nage and the other humans that they should have stayed in Neo Arcadia, but unfortunately, Neo Arcadia, as I've already mentioned, is a hellhole. And the only reason why everybody's getting attacked? Weil is trying to make an example out of everyone who leaves. And that is that they are better off staying in Neo Arcadia under his despotic tyranny as opposed to going out into the open and experience freedom. Because he's about to do something really fucked up to Area 0. Oh yeah, and you'll see as this game goes on. This game is infamous for one thing and one thing only, and I won't spoil it until the finale. But one thing is perfectly clear, this guy's an asshole. And I blame El Paizo for giving this man the keys to the kingdom. And also Copy X. So, there's not much to say except everyone who left Neo Arcadia made the wise decision. That is until Weil strikes back, sorry. I keep forgetting that his name is Weil, not Weil. But it don't matter because by the end of this game, his name will be Mud. That much I can wholeheartedly say. Because there's not a 05. Capcom has not gotten off of their buttocks. The best you could get is a Mega Man 11. And, by the way, Capcom's so busy trying to sue Koei, and failing miserably at that, that they're not making a Mega Man X9, or a Mega Man 05, or a Mega Man ZX2. So yeah, don't expect that anytime soon. This is the finale, and that's all there is to it. quite frankly, Zero 03 was supposed to be the finale. But like X6, Capcom wanted more money and voila, this game was made. I'm not being negative. I actually do like how the way that this game actually presented itself, and also how this game is basically the starter game for everyone who has not played any of the games yet, but you might want to get into the story and start off with 0-1 and work your way up. But primarily, if you want an actual easy game, well, somewhat easy game, because this does get harder later on. Oh, does it get harder. Soul Magnian, I'm looking at you. Actually, no, Soul Titanium, sorry. Yeah, Soul Titanium can go to hell. And while we're at it, Midas Magnus too. But yes, this is a game that you could pick up and play. Hell, there's actually an easy mode too, for those who, honest to God, can't play this game. I won't be playing that mode because you're going to be locked out of EX skills. And funnily enough, there are no chips in this game. No fire, ice, or lightning chips. So guess how you're going to get the weaknesses of the bosses? EX skills. God damn it, 04. But yes, as I've already stated, 04's main setting is basically the colony where Eurasia hit, and now it's been revived into a human settlement. And that human settlement gets a lot more advanced come ZX. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to end it here. And in the next episode, I will be on our way to doing intro stage number 2. No, I'm not kidding. There's 2 intro stages. Actually, 3. So I will see you all in the next part. This is RVMan985. Peace out.